When a police officer discovers a newborn abandoned on the street, he notices a marking on his face that he recognizes. Kathy Cadle's firm, Bunny Bundles Reborns, produces dolls that resemble infants. She recently sold one to a Hollywood film company to play a baby in a film, but after submitting a new one on eBay's creation, he got a call from the cops, who came to her house and accused her of human trafficking. However, she had to explain to him that the children in the photographs on the internet are toys, not actual children, and that the online business she runs with her sister requires realistic-looking dolls. According to the officer, whoever reported her must have been confused as to what she was really selling, and the cop began to laugh at the error, and he let her take his picture because he thought no one would believe this. Recalled Cadle, the dolls cost $200 to $500 or more dollars. And even so, Cadle is proud of the fact that dolls are being used in nursing homes to help patients with Alzheimer's disease or dementia. They chat to them, and it kind of pulls them back to when they had children, Cadle says. But there's a bit of connection between Cadle and a trending story reporter who made an interview with her about what had happened. He claimed he saw the ad in the paper about the babies being manufactured, and when she showed him the baby, he just kind of grinned. It looked like Ethan really looks like a real baby, and they paint them. They're made out of vinyl and people order them, then they weigh them out with glass beads. And when they tell people the price of these dolls, they got pretty surprised, but then they realized there's a lot to it. For $1, members pay upwards of $20,000 from Sydney to Manchester, Tokyo to San Jose, according to Aldred's enormous network of doll buyers, dealers, artists, and collectors. Some collectors, like Aldred, have children, while others do not. They meet on Facebook, YouTube, and of course, Etsy and eBay. Aldred discovered the life-changing toy on eBay in 1999. And despite her internet presence, she keeps this a private passion, not displaying her dolls like some collectors. Her two adult daughters don't mind her collecting because she's done it for most of their lives, and her husband does. It can be difficult for family members at times because of the activity, and it becomes an easy target because of the misunderstanding, as Aldred says in a 2019 video. On their YouTube channel, as well as among other doll makers and collectors online, they have a theme. Outsiders pointing fingers has lessened in recent years, and the community's increased exposure on social media has at least made it more familiar. But Aldred doesn't see her passion becoming mainstream. She says in one of her YouTube videos that explaining her emotional bond to an inanimate object is difficult, which is why their hobby isn't mainstream. However, were these older women acting as mothers to these dolls? Emily St. Hilaire, a humanities PhD student at Concordia University in Montreal, has been researching the subject for 3 years. Her research focuses on reborns as a subcultural phenomenon, and she's particularly interested in the hobby's implications for non-reproductive mothering, adult play, and surrogate relationships. As a result, she frequently encounters the widely held assumption that reborn collectors use dolls to replace children. As St. Hilaire points out, a lack of knowledge of the pastime exposes deep-seated biases about a woman's role in society. If you really try to comprehend why a childless lady, especially one with a bogus kid, is harmful, you begin to appreciate the position of women, she explains. Stephanie Ortiz is a reborn baby doll manufacturer and collector. She and her wife Jackie mail their reborns to customers in the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, Germany, Canada, and New Zealand. Recent popular culture images, on the other hand, tell a different story. A woman's descent into quasi-maternal delusion after obtaining a silicone newborn she names Baby Nico is chronicled in an episode of HBO's High Maintenance. She bathes diapers and toys with the doll, much to her husband's annoyance. When the mother and her husband abandon baby Nico's pram outside a hardware store, the doll's resemblance is uncovered, signifying the woman's unspeakable anguish and regret. They name it Jericho and raise it as a human baby. Apparently, many collectors claim their dolls are like a therapy that may help some dementia sufferers feel more connected and emotionally safe by assisting them with mental health difficulties such as worry and despair.